Fighter Monday. You're awesome. Niche. I'm trying to get in the mood.
Here you go!
Niche Fighter Monday.
Hello everyone, welcome, good morning. It is Niche Fight. Whoa, I'm no signal. It is Niche Fighter Monday. I swear that I'm here. Hang on a sec. Let me fix this camera. Dude, right before I booted up, OBS was just like, "No, your microphone no longer exists." So, you know, it's a good start to the week. Yo, I hope everyone's doing well. Give me a sec. Hey, there we are. What's going on, everybody? Yo, Kiro. Yes, it is indeed the first Niche Fighter Monday of 2026. I hope everyone's doing well. Demoning our brides, wifing our demons, you know, all the good things are happening here. Hope everyone's doing well. Yo. So, as I was playing DaemonBride just the other day, it was pointed out to me that a single individual is the person contracted to work on the port for the PC port. Which I feel so bad. Could you imagine, like, working over Christmas to, like, get a port out only to have the online not be fantastic and have to work to patch it? Yeah, I can't imagine what this dude was going through. And so Kizawaya is the person behind the port for DaemonBride, but they are also the developer behind an indie anime fighting game on Steam called Shadow Prisoner. So, you know, this person's working on their own project, and then they have obviously been contracted. So I went to their Twitter just to check it out and be like, okay, what's the state of affairs? Are they talking about what's going on? And yes, indeed, they are tweeting about what's going on. And one of the funniest ones that I saw was, it's like, on January 1st, Kizawaya was sitting there being like, hey, I have a patch for the game, but I can't get in touch with Team Arcana. Do I just push the patch without approval? And I think they ended up doing that just so they could get some fixes out there. But, like, just for some context, like, I think it's easy to assume that there are, I don't know, systems in place to, like, let teams accomplish these things. Not always, man. Sometimes it's literally one dude who can't get in touch with the team who has actual ownership rights. And you're just like, I gotta do something. The game's gotta work. People are saying it's not working. Yeah, the GOAT Shadow Prisoner. Yo, we have a fan. And rightfully so. So yeah, they're just working hard. But as I was going through their Twitter feed, I came across a little post that I wanted to share with everyone. Okay, so, as we all know, DaemonBride, a game from 2011, I want to say, right, arcade game, released on the Examu system. There is definitely a connection between some of these, like, bespoke arcade developers, these indie niche arcade developers. Examu has a legacy with games like DaemonBride and Arcana Heart. And then more recently, we have Exa Arcadia, who has kind of built a reputation on bringing indie games and arcade games to, and fighting games in particular, to their arcade platform with various adjustments. Dojo Masters is on there. We have Axel City on there. There's Dynamite Bomb. Right? Vanguard Princess, right? Breakers Chicago. So a lot of fighting games that are getting their own versions on Exa Arcadia. DaemonBride is also a game that has its own Exa Arcadia version, DaemonBride Exa Again, or Exa Gain, I believe. So, people have been asking Kizawaya, what about the balance changes to X Again? Is that something that we can expect? So they have a little tweet here saying that, quote, I've gotten permission to say it a while back, but as for the adjustments to the arcade version, just like it says on that officialish place over there, that there's no port, right? Like the EXA version doesn't acknowledge the port. Please think of it as a dedicated version that you can only play at the arcade. For games like the one there or that other one, which probably is referring to Vanguard Princess, might be referring to some of the other arcade games which have gotten their own adaptations on XR Arcadia. As for those other versions, if people start talking about ports, I think it would just be a hassle. Which is honestly kind of a fair take. Like, well, I understand from the fan perspective, hey, we want access to these games and they're very inaccessible on an arcade-locked platform. Yeah, I get that. But for a set of balance changes, it's like, is that worth the negotiations and the development process? Maybe, maybe not, right? But they have said that they have, and this is the Google Translate at work, right? I've reserved with the guy who did the adjustments to that version, that if you send him a PC, he'll do it. Which, right? Circle saying EXA is protective of their games, right? To a fault. Which is why I find it really interesting that they would say, I've like, in theory, like, I've spoken with the guy who did the adjustments to the XR Arcadia version, and if you send him a PC, he'll do it. Which I find really interesting, because, like, very clearly, if that is true, okay, if that is true, right, then there must not be a non-compete. There must not be ownership over the balance adjustments themselves. Like, what is it that is the exclusivity? The exclusivity, if you will. Yes, absolutely. EXA games run easily on Windows without barely any modification. 100%. It might not be that big of a jump, right? Because of the way that their platform is set up. But that being said, right? Like, there are other concerns in terms of negotiating rights and all that kind of stuff. And is it that? But that was good to your point, Circle, that EXA is very protective of their games to a fault. Which is why I find it interesting that they would just be like, yeah, but if you wanted to go make a PC port with the exact same battle adjustments, then go ahead. It like, if anything, it just might reveal something about what EXA prioritizes, right? Like, what matters to them in their deals, and it's not that, right? And while new balance changes might be a draw to us, it won't necessarily be the draw for people who are playing EXA games when they get to them in the wild, right? Which, frankly, would be EXA's concern. So I just found it really interesting. A little like peek behind the scenes, though, where you can just kind of go onto a developer's personal account and, like, they're not part of Team Arcana, right? So they're a contractor working on this stuff. They have a certain level of independence, and obviously a certain, like, willingness to just be public and transparent about what they're doing. Yeah, Crimson, could it be timed exclusivity? That might be a thing. From the conversations that I've had with people, it seems like exclusive, like, for speaking from a fighting game perspective, because that's primarily the POV that I have had access to, that, yeah, they are looking for a unique way to play the game. That is what they value in terms of the exclusivities, right? So I wouldn't necessarily lean towards it being timed in that case, but there is nothing to say, right? Like, that a timed exclusivity might make sense, just because it's the easiest, I don't know, maybe not the easiest, but it is a blanket way that you can do it, that you're just like, look, we have X amount of time to get our value out of it as XR Arcadia, and then you, the person who made it, can do with that work what you will, right? I should reach out to some of the XR Arcadia folks, just to try to get a better understanding of what their goals are, right, in working with some of these developers. Yeah, there are a ton of Exa ports in games that I wish that we would get, but yeah, the thing is, right, is like looking at Exa again versus additional gain, or Exa gain versus additional gain, right? Outside of the balance changes, I am not sure what the differences are. I believe we have a comparable training mode. I believe the translations are all the same. And, I mean, the PC version gets online, right? Whereas the Exa version doesn't. It has just in-person play. So, we're not really missing out on this one, I don't think, right? I mean, other people would be more knowledgeable about the game, might be able to kind of shine some extra light on that. But from my perspective, from where I'm standing with the franchise, or the game, I'm like, yeah, this is like a home version of that with maybe some slightly different balance changes, but that is also a thing that happens in the world of fighting games, right? Where there are a ton of different versions of games that you can play, some communities settle on. So, right, that being said, there are things like Breaker Chicago, which is something pretty unique that we are not getting access to. Like, we don't have that in Breaker's Revenge Collection. We don't even have the extra mode in Breaker's Revenge Collection. So, there are obviously some holes there. So, yeah, like, I can see... I definitely, like, I understand the frustration, right? But I wouldn't say it's universally like, hey, we're locked out. There obviously is some level of, right? It's not like Exa got DaemonBride and they said, hey, you guys never again. Obviously, there is some level of exception to exclusivity, right? They don't own the franchise. So yeah. So what do they do? So yeah, like you said, right? Yeah, I can't imagine any deal with Exa Arcadia letting them own the changes forever, right? And I mean, there could be though, right? Like I know that some folks have gotten just like straight up development support, and that development support is like, no, we as Exa will own the things you make under contract for this project. But I guess that being said, yeah, it's like, maybe that is eternal, maybe it's not, I'm not sure, right? That is kind of the inner workings of the business dealings that we're not privy to, right? But you're right, I think it's probably fair to say that it wouldn't be eternal. That if, for example, the Dojo Masters folks wanted to do something comparable in their PC port, that they could. And I mean, Bye Bye Blue was very clear that in their port, they are not locking characters to the Exa version. The exclusivity does not contain that. It does not, there will be no balance gating between the two, that there will be parity on those levels. And I believe it's strictly a unique arcade-oriented game mode that you're getting, right? Oh yes, Circle. That there is that about the founder of Exa and some of their activities. It's not great. The Exa versions tend to have more input lag. That's interesting, because they are very, very proud of their low input lag. It's like, I think they advertise it's like 2 frames of input lag on their Exa Arcade versions, right? So, I mean, though, all of my experience with Exa versions of games have been that the input reading feels different. Like, you play Dynamite Bomb on Exa and on Steam, or not Steam, on PC, and you notice the difference, right? Same thing with Axel City. There's a notable difference in how those games feel on each of those systems. And it is explicitly, for the 2D Fighter Maker games, they have reworked the input reading. That is something they have done with their... I don't know if they're using a port of the engine, or if they're fine-tuning things in, like, systematically, but whatever changes they're making to the input reading in 2D-FM are kind of universal, and I've noticed that, right? And I'm not that it feels bad, but just that I would say it feels notably different, which is worth, I guess, just on the topic of input lag and their claims, that is kind of worth noting. But this is it. Like, you look at the folks working, and I can't. It's hard to fault. It's hard to fault independent developers finding success where they can. So yeah, like Bye Bye Blue doing great work. FK Digital and BV Taisei doing great work. I mean, Light Green 8, Project Akatsuki, they're all doing fantastic work. So Kizuwaya, it is. Yeah, the Vampire X version, very controversial amongst Vampire fans. They do not like the changes at all. There has also been, long time ownership disputes over the franchise, which I know has also been, a thing, so. There is some bad blood amongst the developers or at least the modern maintainers of Vanguard Princess and its player base. Vampire Princess would be an absolutely different game, though one I would also probably play. But yeah, that was. I find it interesting. What is kind of happening behind the scenes? Yeah, your fear is that Exa getting to Big Bang Beat. I mean, that is the direction they're going in. Their partnership with Gacha Gacha Games means that they're able to kind of corner the maker market, the RPG maker, fighter maker market, all that stuff, and that is a very easy slide over to many of the other Dojin games of the era who have creators who are accessible but aren't necessarily invested in the projects anymore, right? I mean, I can see it. I can see it happening. Never forgive them for the Tattoo Assassin situation. Yeah. Yeah, there is the it is such a complicated thing. Yeah, Tattoo Assassins having that was a whole lot of community work that just got ostensibly stolen, right? And Vanguard Princess is a situation where you have the current owners didn't originally make the game, and they didn't pay for the rights or get a license, but the license had lapsed in such a way that they were able to basically appropriate it, and unless anyone comes back to you, then you just kind of get to roll with it, and so it makes people unhappy, which, fair. It's a legal but roundabout way to get to things, and I think that it feels calculated in a way that doesn't make me feel good. Yeah, they already got you on Chaos Code next and Future Rage of the Dragons. Yep. It is, I am so torn about it, just like, I love the idea of a vibrant and, like, sustainable arcade market. Like, I want that. And I don't know, it's like, historically, arcades have always been the domain of exclusivity. It was an experience you couldn't get elsewhere. Was so much of the reason a lot of arcade games succeeded and why they became huge spectacle machines, right? So to see that kind of exclusivity come around again in a modern fashion, that makes sense, right? And this is it, where it's like we are very much in a world where it's like the technical barriers to getting games across multiple platforms is not there in the same way. Their use cases are largely identical, so you're not really missing out on much. So like there might be no technical reason not to allow it, but there's obviously business reasons to not to allow it, right? And is that something we need in order to have a successful arcade market? Maybe? I don't know. Like, it seems to be the way it goes. So, I mean, is that because that's how it has to be, or is just how it's always been? That would be amazing. You've been in talks to get the rights to Big Bang Beat from Frontier Asia and or Alisoft. I mean, I would love to see more of those things get into the hands of appropriate stewards. But yes, and herein lies a problem with a lot of the Doshin games, where so many of them do incorporate other people's IPs or our fan works in some capacity, that a lot of them are off limits, right? Which is, I think, why you end up seeing stuff like, I mean, Team Arcana and the work that they have done with original IP, amazing. People like Light Green 8 and Project Akatsuki having their own IPs, great, amazing. You can pull from that, right? But like, are we gonna get whatever Fate Stay Crucial Night or whatever it is, like the Fate Stay Night 3D fighting game? Probably not, right? Oh, right, Kuro. They do also have Director Tenchi as well, which I forgot about entirely. No, Exa doesn't fuck. They don't even know. Hey, about 3/4 of the way done with the translation pack for a BBBR. I love it. Yeah, and this is where, right? Like, so, don't get me wrong, a lot of these communities already have amazing stewards doing stuff like translation patches. People like Shib putting together Concerto, and for I was gonna call it Wonderful World. It's not for Wonderful World, but it's for another really fun anime game that I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called right now. But regardless, people are out there doing that work and maintaining these games and communities and, servers and such. So big shout outs to everyone doing that work. Yo, we got though. Let's play some Shadow Prisoner. So, Kizuwaya, like I said, has been working on DaemonBride recently, but they do have their own game. This game has like so many freaking characters. Also, shoutouts to even the small characters being like 3/4 screen tall. I love it. So, we got air dasher anime nonsense, right? We got air dashes, we got double jumps, we have a nice light, medium, heavy magic series kind of combo system. We have a dedicated D button, which has like a barrier and does some special stuff. This game has like 9 meters though, man. I'm not entirely sure if we need this many bars, but oh, of course. Okay. Put. Can I toss the box at them? Yes. Oh my god. Why? The medical assist device of war? Yo, Circle, you're right. It does. I saw this game initially, and I will admit, my initial response was, I don't know, brah. And then I started playing it, and I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. It's kind of like, I don't know if you saw the tweet going around where it's like, your fighting game needs to contain the funny. If it doesn't have the funny, it's probably not a great fighting game, because, like, for real, that's a huge part of it. This game is, like, all the funny, if you ask me. Oh, dude, okay. We can even leave poison puddles? That's even better. Experimental drugs. Okay, get over the forward, strong. Time for an experiment. When using perfect shield. Oh, we have a super? Oh my god, that is beautiful. Why not? Okay, what's her other one? It's with light attack. Oh, okay. She just... Okay, okay. And then she has... And then everyone has this, like, transform. They have an alternate mode. Some characters have partners. Others, like, empower themselves. She obviously gets this thing. And they all have, right, enhanced mode. So they all have their own move list and sometimes supers. So, okay, she has command grabs. Okay. You become a grappler. Oh, and she can just really... Oh, that is fantastic. How many can you loop? Oh, I missed it. I do love that. You have a hard time. It's true, man. Like, you gotta remember how much, like how much the aesthetics matter to so many players. And yeah, if you don't vibe with the aesthetic, sometimes it's hard to get into a fighting game. But then you see the mechanics every now and again, and you're like, ooh, maybe I do need that in my life. Okay, do I have any aerial attacks? I guess only... Only transform, eh? On the ground, on the ground, on the ground. Yeah, and I don't have any other aerial attacks. All right. Hey, doing voice acting lessons? I love it. Oh, okay, you can't even loop it. You're too far away. It's so... But look, I don't know. Everyone needs some jank in their life. Oh, man. No, this is... I understand it. Not every game is for everyone. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this as a buy for everyone, but I would recommend people... check it out. Like, this is such a great game to bring to your local and be like, guys, dig into this thing for like an hour, right? Because like collectively a handful of people can do some wild stuff in an hour. Ooh, yes, waiting for the new Limbo Breakers build. Absolutely. I need to like spend some time with it. Spend some quality time with it. Oh my god, it gives you how to draw anime books from the early 2000s. That is too good. It has so many characters. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I booted up this game and I was like, are you serious, man? It almost has more bars than characters, but it still has a lot of characters. I'm just... Right, there's the nun with the gun. But let's oops. Let's check out Cthulhu. Yes, Mohas, that is exactly what I was thinking of. That is exactly what I was thinking. They just really like making characters, right? Oh, right. Right, she's got like a little Tatsu. And then she turns into the demon. Oh yes, the nun with the gun. We will go to the nun with the gun next. It is such an excellent archetype. Right, we got a dive kick, vamp charge. Right, we got our uppercuts. Oh, this game is so wild. There are like so many systems as well. I baited you with DaemonBride. We'll be playing more DaemonBride. Don't worry. I just wanted to let people know about Shadow Prisoner and what Kizuwaya, the guy who's working on the DaemonBride port, was up to. So, but yes, I may have baited the DaemonBride fans a little bit. So yeah, there is... You can use the D button to rapid cancel anything, right? And it gives you this cool little pop-up when you do it in the air. So if you can, like, basically extend, right? You get your double jump combo, and then you rapid cancel, which resets your double jump and lets you extend it. But if you're grounded... It keeps you grounded, so you can do extended ground chains. So depending on what your character's toolkit is like, you can use the rapid cancel to your advantage that way. And then you have, like, okay, this, like, GIF mode, right? Which is your enhance, your transform. It's like everyone has their own install. And yeah, she has the aerial super. Maximum vampire. So, and it's so weird. So you can see above your gift meter, right below my health bar, right? I have those squares, which are supers. And so I can use those 3 stocks for supers. But then once I'm done, it'll use 100% of my bar at the bottom left to do a super. So, like, you can, in theory, you could do, like, 6 supers in a row? And I'm curious, I'm sure there are... I'm sure there are supers that you could chain and actually get 6 supers in a row. Welcome, Sylv. Yo, let 2026 be the year of you forcing your friends to play jank fighting games. Like, just do it. We need more of it. Every time I hear, every time I hear a mainstream fighting game player complain about fighting games, I am just like, just try one of them. Any one of them. Just pick one out of a hat. Any one of these indie or niche fighters, please. And see. Either you'll find something you'll love, or you'll appreciate what you have a lot more. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Yeah, you just paid attention. Why are there so many meters? And they're all like, right? So those little squares, 1, 2, 3, and then I can use the bar at the bottom for the same purpose, but that bar at the bottom is also my rapid cancel. How many can... Okay, so you can only use 2 rapid cancels in a combo, right? Oh, you could only use 1 aerial one? Okay. Interesting. And if you use a grounded one... You can't, yeah.
ピンチってやつかピンチってやつか
Or was I just running out of bar? Hang on a sec. Okay, okay, no, you can. I was just running out of bar. But yeah, only one in the air. So yeah, 2 max, either on the ground or if you start with 1 on the ground. Yeah, Kiro, this game has freaking everything. Like, do you like installs? Amazing. Do you like rapid cancels? I got you. Can you? I'm like, can you dash cancel? Yeah. It's crazy. It is 100% like this is like, it feels like a designer's game where they're just like, I have all these things I want to do and try, and so they just put them all into the game and then just be like, okay, let's massage them together now. Okay, none with a gun. One of my, like, up there with one of my favorite fighting game archetypes. Grappler Granny is definitely up there as well. Like, top 3 archetypes, right? Grappler Granny, none with a gun. Oh man, what's another good archetype for top 3? Yeah, correct. Yeah, how many mechanics should we throw in? Yes. The answer is yes. So, not only it's none with a gun, but also none with a sword. So we got a little bit of like Charlotte. We got a shield charge. We got a little thrust. We have what looks like an upside-down pot leaf on our shield. Okay, yes, big body is an excellent archetype. The question is, though, I mean, like, what kind of big body? Because, like, Abigail is not Zangief, is not Potemkin. Right? And then there's the subtypes. There's, like, the... small character in a big body, and then there's like the big body in a small character. What happens when you have like a Servbot style, like a size character who acts like Hulk? head above the bar is just literal giant. Okay. So Gold Lighten style. I got it. Big band body, not a grappler. So yeah, she turns from Charlotte into Noelle from BlazBlue, which makes me a very happy person, because she was my main. Got big lasers. We even have a Tatsu for some reason, so you can Tatsu rapid... Oh, yeah, you stay grounded because of that. Ooh, okay. Yeah, also using your transform as a rapid cancel, just for good measure. Ooh, she might not. Yeah, she doesn't have a super in sword wielder mode. Okay. Oh, but that launches them. So does shoulder bash. Okay. I would love it if shield bash was jump cancelable. Probably don't need it, like... Oh, wait a tick. Yo, of course, this is a freaking anime fighter. Of course you can just combo into your throw. What's wrong with me? It's like I haven't played any Blaze Blue in my life. What's the input for it? KO? The recent change like a month or two ago, because it's listed here counter vanish on the ground, but it doesn't have an input. Oh, it's... No. Oh, any shield bash move being counter. Oh, I see. Okay. Yo, let's take Numb with a Gun into arcade mode. Oh, air throw was added as a combo winner recently. Even better. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've checked out Shadow Prisoners, so... Oh. Not for projectiles. No. Dang. Doesn't have air throws, double jump cancels, throws you off every time, right? Yeah. It is 100% a game that you feel should. Definitely feel like it should have that, and then you're like, no, it doesn't. This little girl. Oh, my lord. You know what? Oh, jeez. Oh, right. I like that they actually added the throw as an ender, because that is something I definitely felt that not all characters have great aerial options for specials, so you don't have a solid ender, really. Or they don't have air supers, so they don't have a solid, like, meter-based ender like that. So at least giving you the throw as, like, hey, once you get to the end of what you can do with your normals, you can at least tag this on and get the knockdown. I actually really like that as an option. So yeah, you still gotta make sure you're close enough, right? Oh, right. And the hula hoop girl. Oh, I forgot about her. Ooh, we got a throw break. Ouch. Oh, lordy. Where is Andrea when you need them? Hey. Oh my. Hitboxes, please. CPU might just be cracked. I mean, there is that. Too far. Oh. Oh, really? Really? You're gonna whip, you're gonna intentionally, like, early time the meaty and then fucking throw me? That's not, that's not cool, cat girl. Also, you'll notice this character doesn't change back. She can just stay as cat girl. She has to refill her gift meter to switch back to the hula hoop girl. Why am I being fought? She doesn't even know. Yes, also does have rollback netcode. I mean, right? There are developers doing all the rollback stuff for DaemonBride as well. All right. Perfect Schneider. I mean, he's perfect. What could go wrong? Oh god, that's a fast teleport. So still, now I have a sword though. Oh, and now my heavy attack just is a fireball? Oh, I get to stay as this too? I don't, really? You don't force me back? Hey, really? Is that's Vague Coder, right? Who's working on Limbo Breakers. And they're working on Saturday AM Battle Manga as well? Okay, that's dope. That's because that's with Sun Studios. That's the Netcode Warrior developers. So he does not have supers at all. Okay, yeah. He just has the teleports and the beams. Yeah, some characters might be a little more finished than others. This girl must be my bracket demon, yep. Alright, clearly I need the edgelord to fight the cat girl. So who is the edgelord character? I mean... not him. Probably, like... he's too old to be the edgelord dude. I could see Void, but this is less edgelord, more, antagonist turned training partner, you know? Let's take a quick peek. All right, slide kick. Ground and sky, ground and sky. Nice. And then he's got an air super. Dope. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just sailing clear over them. Oh, nice. Nice. Because your your Tatsu puts you airborne, yeah, you can just super out of it. Look at that. All right. Now we get rushed. Oh, so do we turn into a punching character now? Oh, really? Yeah, I should have just blocked. I was trying to do a special to push me forward. Oh, man. Finally get a solid combo, and I miss my super at the end. Is he just a mix of K and Kyo? Probably. That's what it's looking like. Hey, it's an homage. Here we go. A pastiche, thank you. Thank you. Oh no. Okay. Let's not let this happen to me again here. Oh, too far, really? There we go. Oh, I gotta stop going with my lights, yeah. The light attacks are like really stubby. It's worth like just omitting them once you get your hit confirm and just go for like a medium heavy into special string. Okay. Yo, fighting games have been like so self-referential and like steal from each other ostensibly forever, like since the dawn of fighting games. I will say, dude who uses a drone, kind of a dope character design. Oh, I missed it. Really? That super did not deal much damage. Okay, clearly I needed to pick this dude. Oh, shit. Oh, no. How have I not played her before? Give me the giant spear, man. Yeah, it reminds you of Neko Arc. Oh, I was too low? Okay. I thought it was going to be way too high at that point. Okay, almost like we have found a nice little B&B. All right, kings. There are no kings in my house. Oh, seriously, too far. Whoa! He's got a Tachikoma? Why? Really? Yo, okay, this guy, he's got nice fun combos. You can do some pretty extended ones, but like, it doesn't have, like, that super does not do much damage. I wonder if it's significantly more when you're transformed. he's playing like the experienced troll, you're right. Oh, I should have. No, not necessarily what I expect, but hey, I'm enjoying it. Oh no. Man, those pressure strings, okay. What? Girl, please. Yo, I kind of love her I'm like kicking the ground and rocks appear nonsense right now. I got. No. Okay. I mean, that was almost 50%. Yo, yes. I really, one of the reasons I want to see people try these games so much, because I'm like, I know there are sickos out there who would find way cooler shit than what I do. And I think I find some cool stuff, so. Oh my god. This girl saluting. There's no need for you to fight. I've got you, Oni-chan. Yes, the ding is kind of annoying, I will admit. I keep hearing it, and I'm like, no, please stop. Hey, what's going on, punk? Hope you're having a lovely afternoon so far. Yes, a circle. I know. You are absolutely the sickos. This is... I do feel like every now and again that chat is... You're just at my window going... Just when you watch some of these games, I'm just like, that's... I feel you. I feel you over there. I see you by the window. And I love you for it. Heck yeah, Circle. Do it up. I know. I love it. I love it so much. Like, I need to make a point. My boy Safety Man from Toronto Top Tiers came through the other day to be like, yo, we've got our regional coming up, right? Maybe you want to bring out some of these niche fighters of yours. They're always such an amazing support. Whenever they run an event, they're always like, hey, you want to do something? And I'm like, oftentimes it doesn't line up, but this time I want to do it. There are some really cool indie fighting games on the horizon that I think I could get into people's hands at Toryuken, and that or CEC or whatever the case may be. And that opportunity to have people actually sit down with these games, and oh god, it's so good. I want to see the sickos go. Yo, Circle, we should absolutely do something for Limbo Breakers. Once I wrap my head around it, I would love to kind of be able to showcase it alongside you. That'd be great. Have someone that like understands it pretty dang well, and then we can kind of break it down, show it off to people. That's what this is all about. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to grab myself some more coffee, and we're going to come back, and we're going to play some DaemonBride. DaemonBride. That's what we're going to be off doing today. So, grab yourselves a drink, take a little stretch break, my friends. I appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget, friends, if you really want to be able to support us here, the Patreon's a great way to do it. Couple bucks a month really helps us out. Great way to help sustain this place. We got the Discord where we all hang out. Come join us in the digital basement. And yeah, I appreciate y'all always coming through on Mondays. We got more Niche Fighter Monday though. Don't you fret. Don't you fret. We got more coming right up. I just gotta take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in a few minutes. You folks should be back in a few too. I will see you on the other side. Hello, everybody. We are back. Happy Monday. Yo, happy 2026, man. Here is to another one. Here's... Democracy has failed. The world is a fuck. Rebel 1 action. You know, it's the classic Arxis round start for 2026. No, that's honestly part of why I do this, is to just have a space where we can we all understand what's happening, and we can just enjoy some of what the world has to offer, which in this case is sick-ass fighting games. I don't know, what are you all looking forward to in 2026? What do you have going on? Whether it be in your personal life, professional life, the world of fighting games. I'm curious what y'all are, you have your eyes set on in 2026. I mean, in the world of fighting games, I'm very excited for Frostfire. Frostfire Battle Frenzy is such a great game. I've been lucky enough to have been able to play it during its development and caught its final roster of characters at EVO. And oh boy, this game, man, Sumatsu Studios is... They're doing so much good work. The game sounds great. It looks amazing. The animation's fantastic. The character designs are so sick. And just like, turn in the like, hey, approachable fighter, but let's put all of these things on top of it that make it not your typical approachable fighter, right? It's so systems heavy, but they all work together so well. It's like, I don't know. It's one of the games that I look at when I'm like, hey, what would be the ideal for me in terms of getting the input stuff out of the way while providing me interesting ways to input commands in the game? It tickles me. Yo, what's up, Spriven? You want to become more limber? Yo, fair enough. Hey, going back to school? That's good. It has a parry command and not afraid to promote it. Let me turn this up a little bit. No, there should be there's some good stuff on the horizon. I mean, outside of fighting games, also stuff like Lady Dracula, I really want to get my hands on. Yo, I'm not on Twitter as much anymore. I did poke my head in there, and I saw some Kureha stuff being posted, and I was like, oh damn, that is way better than what I have. I have made some improvements on what I've been doing with Kureha. So, okay, and I did go through the Mizumi for this, and I was like, all right, I think my B&B is better. I think my, right, just like this, as you're completely meterless, you're, right, you're out of, all of your bride gauge and all that stuff, then you can at least do this. That's your, like, your base, right? But then even, I think my stuff that uses dash cancels and bride gauge is a little bit better than what's in the Mizumi. But then the stuff that I've seen on Twitter is improved on that even more. So I'm still missing a couple things in terms of how to figure it, how to like optimize, especially Kureha. But yeah, I think it just goes to show where even for a game where it's like there are people who really love it and there are people who put in the work in the wiki, it's not like, I don't think it's developed in the same way. Maybe I'm missing something. I leave that as a possibility. But the way I'm reading it, that yeah, it's just a lot of these things, it was like they just haven't been updated and developed in a way, and that some of the like optimizations have just been assumed in the community and not actually updated in the wiki. Yeah, it's still from the arcade version, so it's pretty updated. So people have not put in the work in the wiki, not gonna lie. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yo, Lady Dracula's, it's looking good, man. I am. There's definitely I think some tweaks that could be made to make Lady Dracula a little bit. I think that's why it hasn't come out. I thought it was gonna come out like last Halloween, but obviously not. All right. But yes, so for my we get that, and then we get a shot afterwards. So like I'm up to almost 7.5k damage now. I think I was at 6.5 with my B&B that I developed last week. But we got this, and so it's interesting. So it's like, yeah, like talking about the Mizumi, a lot of the recommendations are 2A as your hit confirm, and then stand B, right? Now, for me, I think since pushback is such a big thing in this game, look at the pushback on that compared to that, right? Much closer, which makes a lot of other things connect easier down the line. 1200, 850, you get more damage out of it as well. So it just little things like that, where I was surprised that 2A was what was suggested. You get the 2 low hits, so you get a chance to catch someone not blocking low. But like that little optimization is something that makes a big difference. But yeah. Yeah, no, that's a nice circle. When you have all your big labbers also be the wiki editors, that's when you get that stuff kind of getting disseminated very regularly and quickly. But yeah, no, and I love to hear that, KO. Like having people start to reevaluate the game and the characters because more people are playing and you're just seeing more stuff, right? Like this is definitely why it's like you need to get your game in people's hands, man. Fighting game players will think through your systems in a way that you are not as a designer. Would love to see Murphy give folks Murphy that trick. Yeah. I think Murphy's in a really interesting position now, especially where it's had a lot of really smart and talented players look at it in depth in kind of waves over the years. And now it has come out. It is like we're getting. I think especially once Zaza is released, right? Once we get the newest character, that it'll be an opportunity to kind of reevaluate how everyone compares against each other. But yeah, it's like you do kind of need a critical mass of people really taking a look into it. Never agree with Octonia being bottom tier. No, I don't either. I always said Octonia was like high B tier, right? Not the best in the game, but one of the best out of the characters who weren't. They could easily be A or S tier if they were given the grappler game plan alongside the rest of their toolkit. Yeah, for a character being the worst, yeah, you've been holding on. No, absolutely, right? I mean, I will say, I do still think Octonia gets short shrift in the game, all told. But yeah. Definitely not bottom tier. I think definitely not for, like, because she still does have the grappler game. And so I think smart usage of that combined with her other tools is just like, is going to be a threat. Oh, no, it's true. Everyone does have to be the worst. Someone has to be the worst, rather. Right, you can do some silly stuff. So I've been playing. So yeah, if you, this does so much damage. Her Bride Dash H, right? Like, and if you landed on a grounded opponent, it's just so slow. Like, it's slower than this, which is surprising. It's got some invincibility on it, but like, I wonder if there's a situation, like, in theory, like something like that, right? Where I could be doing many other things after it. I could largely be going into a combo. Right? I could be going into this. But then leaving it for that. Might be something. Right? 14k. Pretty nice. And that will be after a reset. That's honestly, Circle, that's a really good way to describe DaemonBride is weird esoteric shit. And you're right, Kureha is probably one of the more normal characters. Oh, whoops. Missed my EX. So that's really my next question. Now that I have what I think are like a solid B&B, I've got like a corner combo with this and the pickup. I've got a way to get into super. I've got a completely meterless combo. There's like obviously some optimizations that that I can do, but I think now it's like, where are my reset points? And how do I incorporate more pressure? Like, round trip feels really good. Because not only, right, like, it's slow to start up, but it hits on the way in, the way back. I think it's, I don't know what it's going to do to combos in terms of, like, hit stun deterioration and stuff. But then you can do the cool, like, if you can jump to avoid it and let it kind of trail behind you for extra time. So I feel like this is going to be the kind of Oki, right? So yeah, that doesn't actually connect. Like, I think one of the only ways is off of that. Yeah, round trip is going to be disgusting once Demon Sickles get to it. Right? This is where we have to start somewhere, and we start with, right, get our mid-screen B&B, get our corner B&B, get metered and meterless, get a way to get into super. Great. Now, where are your break points, right? Where are the points in your combo, in your game plan, in your pressure that you want to work other stuff into? So that's actually another good point. I should probably be thinking... right? When I have people in block stun, I don't want to be ending in something like that. But her kind of built-in is her forward B, right? Is an overhead, and on counter hit, it'll ground bounce and allow for a combo. So you can do stuff like block one hit and counter hit always. Right? And so they stop blocking between those two hits, right? So that's not a true block string. But I have that opportunity as well as that one. No, block switching. Yeah, so many moves where you're like, I'm not smart enough to figure this out. And yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about fighting games for me, right? Is that you end up looking at these systems and you're just like, it's for me, it's the, it's like the runaway train of thought as you start piecing things together, where you're like, oh, that's how that works, which means I can use it in conjunction with, which means that I can, right? And it's like, the theory crafting that comes from that is so great. It's just, yeah, it's so many ways that I'm like, definitely. Sometimes I'm like, no, I am not smart boy enough. To figure that one out. And I'll hate it. Too true. Okay, so yeah, but ground string, right? There are many ways I could do this. Like I can end this relatively safely. and then going into that is her, like, the base mix-up that she has in her toolkit. But then, okay, so from there, though, what else can we do? Because we're doing this. Air tech random, wall tech random. Okay, see, I'm missing that now. Yeah, no, some people really are, and I mean... And people have different, like, tendencies and skill sets. It's like, it's really interesting seeing, like... Sometimes I find, like, smart players or, like, people who I'm like, oh, I think you're a really smart player. And then I also see them have, like, ridiculous blind spots about some things, and I'm like, dude, I am nowhere near as knowledgeable as you, but I saw that, right? And it's just, sometimes it's the way your brain works. Because, okay, so if I break there, I'm still getting 6.6k off of a low starter. I don't get a great, right? And like, okay, Circle, maybe you could explain the, what exactly does it mean? Okay, is there anything beyond the core meaning? Does the combo counter work differently than many other fighting games? Because I see it drop to red, which typically means that you were able to tech out of it. Is that just the case, and the AI is not teching out of it? Because even when I have it set to tech all, tech fastest, I sometimes get the, whatever, red beat or whatever you want to call it. Yo, what's up, Andrew? Welcome. Happy New Year, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, there's the air techs and wall techs and stuff, right? But yeah, no, but basically, if the combo counter turns red, that means it's not a true combo, and someone could have teched out of it. It is just sometimes that the AI here in training mode is not teching out of it. Yeah. Sometimes the opponent will tech and you can still just catch them. Okay. Okay. And that is not something that is... It's just because of the variability in the tech, the way teching works, is that sometimes that happens. It's not that you can necessarily guarantee it. Because that's what I was wondering. I'm like, is there a way to guarantee red beat combos or blue beat combos, or whatever you want to call them? Or is that kind of just like, you hope for the best? Okay, so it's really, it's mostly just tech chasing is what's happening. Okay, okay. Okay, that's a way to do it. Okay, so that's good. In the corner. Off of pickup. Yes, that is true. They'd be able to air block. There are air unblock. I believe this is air unblockable. If we put guard everything and jump. Okay, no, it is. It is. I saw something that said it was, I have seen moves that said that they were air unblockable. Yeah. That you, so yeah, it's about finding those to tech chase with. Right, and I guess then there's that, right? Where she also has the teleports. So if I don't end in an attack special, but end in the teleport special, then I can kind of check chase. So, oh man, that's cool. And she also has her EX teleport is the invincible one. But it also, you can change the direction that she goes in. So you can like do the EX one, and you can, I think, up to 3 times. You like the initial one and then 2 more, and you can choose which direction you go in, right? Love some invincible teleports. Oh god, right, and then this! Right? 432. Oh, but you need, no, you need, whatchamacallit. Yeah. Yes, it is very much a, oh right, I have that too. All right. Let's go through some story mode. Let's get some practice in here against at least moving opponents. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Complete defeat. Love it. And then we're gonna brave online again and see what the state of affairs is, see who's around playing. Oh! Oh no, it doesn't connect. I was like, wait, does it just connect off of my straight stand B, the first hit of stand B? And I'm like, no, that can't. Maybe on counter hit? Circle, you and me both. That is absolutely what I want. That is the event I want to put on. I'm like, I don't know how to make it work logistically, financially, but I would love to put on, like, and so, okay. What would your ideal What would your ideal niche fighting game event do that isn't just what would be happening at a fighting game tournament? Like, what? Yeah, Camp Kuso, that's what I'm saying, Mohast, right? Like, that kind of like, hey, it's more of an intimate get-together. But that means that you could do something in a special place that makes that a valuable, like, worthwhile, right? But you could do something special you could have something special at the event that would make it stand out up and above and make it special for the niche fans. That's kind of like, what is that distinguishing factor that we can rally around is kind of my main thing. I think you should get a lot more into explanation and showcase. That is true. The showcase aspect of it, I think, is something really worth thinking about, because I don't know, I feel like it takes me back to like the early 2000s, 2010s kind of era, where we had big games and we had organized communities, but we still did things like team tournaments. We still did things like regional battles. We still did things like, right? Like, we had more of the showcase, more of the alternative to just the bracket. And that is something I think that we could like prioritize and bring back that would make the event more than just a tournament of these small games. Right? Which in and of itself is worthwhile, don't get me wrong, but there's more to it when you're making this, when you're putting together this kind of event. Combo contests, absolutely. Yeah, tournaments that share a bunch of in development and new niche fighters. I mean, this is it, right? There's panels with the community leaders about their niche fighting games, right? These are all things absolutely that have a kind of place there, right? And I like that we're starting to see a little bit of that expansion in priorities and mindset from tournaments like Combo Breaker and Frosty Faustings, and who are doing more of that kind of stuff, right? Oh yeah, having the developers. One of my favorite things was running helping run that motion sickness tournament, and having Andrea be a commentator on their own game. It was so, because you're right, it wasn't about marketing the game, it wasn't about hitting your sales pitch. They were just like, this is amazing, I get to watch people play my game. And that kind of excitement and knowledge that we gained from them by watching it and having them explain the game was great. I mean, that's exactly what kind of stuff that I'm hoping for, right? Oh, okay, that was kind of dirty, actually. I'm not mad at that, Kureha. Right? I mean, that's it. Like, I would love to see, and I mean, in fairness, getting some of these developers in the same spot would be very difficult. But like, yeah, I want Andrea and Matrified and Monochromatic Hermit in the same room, watching tournaments for each other's games. Because so much of that is being able to tell the story, right? Oh, no, I dropped it, and now I'm out of bar. Oh yeah, getting them in remotely is also an option, right? I think that, once again, though, the in-person connection is something that is so important to this. So the more of it you get to be in person, the better, right? Yes, Circle be like, oh yeah, I'm one of them. I could do that. Oh, there is, Mohas, there is an FGC Pride event. I think the first one took place last year. First one that I heard of, at least. Yeah, no, there's definitely a place for that as well. Hey, that's nice. Not just Guilty Gear fans, fair. You absolutely should, Circle. I will be keeping an eye out, that's for dang sure. Okay. That's a good point, though. If I block that, I've got nothing, eh? I just gotta eat that. Okay, so that'll be the end of my my life if I miss it. Need some more animation and more time, and Robometal will finally be semi-public. I love to hear it, man. That's so cool. That is so silly. You can keep you can keep round trip going for so long. Could use another sprite artist. Oh man. I don't know who's around and available. Like, Sean Altley's been hella busy. I mean, they're probably also not exactly cheap. They do such great work, though. Oh, too far. All right. That's fine. All right, Pecorino. Oh! You popped out of my EX? Oh, damn. That sucks. Maybe that's why they don't use the third light. I maintain. I think the third light in my air chain is the way to go. Anime Psycho versus Eldritch Monster. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, damn it. Oh, jeez, I should have just blocked.
誰が騒いでるわ
Yo, 6 years of development in the show. I mean, that is, unfortunately, that is the way dev life works sometimes. But like, once you start having something to show, damn, it's gonna be good. Like, you will likely have a certain level of polish that maybe a lot of games don't have from not being in the oven for quite as long. True, and then some folks are like that, right? Steamy Dev releasing Genki Break and the Skeletons Are Fighting last year. Just be like, I've built an engine, have 2 games. Oh, see, I even got the counter hit. I need to do that more just so I am... Oh, and I guess... Oh, I can go into my projectile button. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to get better at reading off of my forward B, whether I get the hit, the counter hit, or what. Rakugaki Rumble versus practice options. Holy heck, dude. Jeez. Oh my god, ah, come on! How did I drop that? Oh yeah, you just bride dash right through that? Okay, okay. Get off me. I tried to super him, and I... Okay, am I the only person who does that? Am I the only person who gets Dragon Punch when you try to do double quarter circle forward?
眠るには早いのね
Yeah, I gotta make sure I end in 3, not 6. That has, like, always been a problem for me. Shit, I do not like approaching Kuon. Like, fuck this guy. Okay, and that's why you don't throw out round trip without setting something up first. Well, no, because the 623 is oftentimes the Dragon Punch input. Oh, I didn't have it yet. Oh, shit. I thought I had recovered. That sucks. Yes, and you can. So yeah, Punk. I was ending in 6, which was recognizing. It depends on how the game does its input reading, right? But yes, if you do quarter circle forward, so like 2 3 6 2 3, and then button, you can oftentimes get the super. And I think that's what's happening in this case, where that's what you need to do to guarantee the super, end on the. End on the 3. To make sure that the super comes out and you don't get Dragon Punch, which sometimes the Dragon Punches do require 6 2 3 6, right? And if it does, then ending on the 6 is going to get you Dragon Punch, whereas an ending on the 3 is going to shortcut and get you the double quarter circle forward. Honestly, like, more than motion inputs, stuff like that, I think, is the stuff that makes fighting games super unintuitive. Right? It's the what the hell is happening with a juggle limit? No one knows. Street Fighter juggle limit's fucking arbitrary, man. Like, right? Like, not that like canceling things is super strange. Like, you can cancel a lot of things in a lot of action games. But there is an expectation that you can do something that makes the move's bad part not happen. And that is the intended way to play. Is a little bit weird, right? It's like, what do you mean the move's unsafe? Well, yeah, it's unsafe if you don't cancel it. How do you cancel it? You press A, then B. And it's like, do that all the time. And then, well, then B's unsafe. And it's like, not if you press C. And then not if you press down C. Oh, and then, right, you can go into forward C. Because you're allowed reverse beats. No, it's not that difficult to intentionally end on a diagonal. It is difficult to intentionally end on a diagonal after a long series of button inputs that I had to press to do a combo with specific timing, after I did the scramble of neutral and be able to recognize that I got it in time, and then recognize that I'm in a situation where, oh, I have super bars, so I'm going to go for it, which means I have to slightly alter what is otherwise almost the same, right? Like, you're right, the act of ending on a 3 is not that difficult, but all of the situational awareness surrounding it means that the difference between ending on a 3 and a 6 is actually pretty narrow, right? And so you get missed inputs. This kind of stuff happens all the time. And you'll even find, like, even players are more prone to dropping these things on certain sides because of the way that inputs work, especially on a stick. I find it easier to do stuff on P2 side because, like, a Dragon Punch, for example, is forward and I pull it towards me, and then I do a quick little thing. That's easier than pushing away and doing the quarter circle out, where that motion going back, quarter circle back, goes way faster when I'm on player 2 side. So, like, when I'm on P1 side, reverse Dragon Punches are easier, and when I'm on P2 side, like, regular Dragon Punches are easier. And it's like, it's the same input, but it's done so it's like those little differences go a long way. And I think, especially for things that are not necessarily explained, or that, like, you know, there's like some kind of there's oftentimes subversions that happen in fighting game design that means that it doesn't work exactly like a lot of other genres. So the gaming literacy required is way more, right? So yeah, no, I think it's interesting that you're right. It's the ask itself is never that bad, and that's always my thing. Like the ask of any motion input is never that bad, but the asks of those motion inputs, for given the context of everything else surrounding it, might be a little bit bigger of an ask than we necessarily think at first. But to my point, there are other things in the game that make it way more complicated than just motion inputs, right? It is the totality. Jeez. Yes. Instant air jumps, TK motions. There's a lot of things that are like, oh. Yeah, you can't. Yes, so many things. Well, that's even in this, like you can bride cancel, but after projectiles, you have to wait much longer to do the bride cancel. It's just a little thing like that. You ground tech holding D, you air tech holding A and B. Why are those different? Like, there are reasons for it, but yeah. That was interesting. You're showing Fantasy Strike to someone, and that was like their issue with it, right? Oh no, it is so many things. Oh man, I remember like Street Fighter 4 was notorious for that, where you have a whole ton of their combo trials that do not work if you do them intuitively, right? Oops. Yeah, they just don't work if you do them intuitively. You have to do these weird timing differences, and it's only upon looking at the recording of it, the example, that you're like, oh shit, that's what I have to do. Yeah, you're right. Fantasy Strike is very lenient, and it still proves to be an issue, right? Yeah. I think there's far more about the way that fighting games work that is unintuitive and kind of a roadblock to new players to understanding the genre than motion inputs. But motion inputs are still one of those things. No. This shimmy meta is insane for a beginner, 100%. Yo, yes, Circle. Those little like unspoken delays, right? Do you hit it immediately after you cancel? Do you delay cancel? How big is the cancel window? Does that make something functional or not? Right? Especially when you get into like the hyper fighters, man. I talk about that all the time with the Marvel games. I'm like, X-Men versus Street Fighter makes no fucking sense on paper. The combo notations mean nothing in X-Men versus Street Fighter. Guys, if you don't know the timing of that, if you don't know the spacing of that, and that changes based on your starters wildly, then yeah, that combo notation doesn't matter in the least.
まだやれることがあるの？眠るには早いのね。
Okay, yeah, Mohas, you're right. That, like, a shimmy in boxing would also be confusing to, to a kid, right? But it's like, that's, I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's a totally fair comparison, right? It's like, it's more like the kid already knows how to box. But, yeah. Oh, that didn't kill. All right. We are in some way simulating martial art, and they can be notoriously hard to start learning. Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's a, yeah, I agree insofar as that goes. Right, but it's more like, I don't know. The idea that it feels more like knowing how to play video games should be a better starting point for understanding fighting games than like a kid knowing about sports, right? I don't know. Like the shimmy in particular, I think, yeah, that might be a different, like, that's a reasonable, like, intermediate advance to ask for someone that, no, they should not necessarily understand that necessarily right off the bat. That, yeah. Gotta clear yourself on that one. Hot damn, man. God is a boss, isn't he? Oh, I got, you can get, okay, I can get double snake if you want to spend all of your bar. Damn, man. All right, let's go. All right, yo, take it easy, Circle. Thanks for swinging by. You have a good day, my friend. Heck yeah, go enjoy yourself some Lego Star Wars. I love it. All right, friends. Yeah, this might be a good time to... Ugh. This might be a good time to call it. Yeah. No, yeah, no, but I think that's fair. About how, like, the complexity of fighting games, I guess. I think the way the asks of fighting games are oftentimes, maybe not even. Maybe not even. I'm like, I think about so many other games that I'm just like, damn, you're asking a lot of me. That's kind of what you got. That's kind of what they do, right? Yeah, complexity, complexity. Yes, not that fighting games are like inherently more complex in those ways or inherently more esoteric, but I do think that the ways in which they are esoteric and that they might be where there are roadblocks to learning, we might not be talking about the ones that are hitting people, right? I think that's kind of what I was really getting at, right? And yeah, that we know what the next steps are in a lot of those other things where they're not as clear for people, or we don't make them as clear for people, right? I definitely want to like separate that, where like it's not that fighting games inherently are a way, but it is, I think, that it is a product of how we talk about them and what we prioritize, like what we're saying about them, right? Because yeah, I don't really like juggle points is a point of contention that comes up on occasion, and I think that's probably a really good example of it, where it's like that is one of the things outside of motion inputs, outside of long combos, outside of what we think of as like the traditional fighting games are too hard kind of commentary. That yeah, juggle points, hit stun deterioration, right? Like the inherent weirdness and reliance on canceling is also something, right? It's like, to Andrew's point, no, it's not particularly complex. There are, right? Like you can cancel a lot of animations in a lot of games. But I think it's worth noting that even in games like Halo, which has, right? Don't they have like a melee canceling thing, I think, in Halo 2 that was like you could deal extra damage. It was like you could shoot, reload, and melee in one fell swoop, basically, right? Yeah. Like, note that is animation canceling, and that is an advanced, like, professional competitive technique. Bunny hopping in Source Game, right? Like, they're exactly, and they are. I think that is one of the things I think I would like to explore more of when we talk about this, is that, like, the thing that we take for granted is the advanced technique in other genres and styles of games, which is not a problem, but it does create problems, right? And I think that's a better way to look at it, because yeah, I think that's an interesting. T-spins in Tetris, 100%. Look, these are, yep, DAS, right? Like, you can cancel your startup animation of pieces going across the top of the screen. These are not things that people don't understand. They are not things that even casual players don't do, but they are oftentimes the domain of the competitive, of the expert in other genres, where they are pretty foundational to the core experience of fighting games, in a way that I think creates roadblocks. But hey, that's the kind of stuff worth thinking about, right? Because maybe that is the answer when you have a friend and you're introducing them to a game and they're like, I don't get this. Maybe this will help if you think about them in those other ways. We'll find the roadblock for them. And sometimes it really is just a matter of explaining it. Like, The number of times someone has finally explained to me like a linchpin system in a fighting game, and I'm like, I get it now, is just, right? It's not that I can't figure these things out, but having them pointed out gets me into it. So I like that. I like that, Andrew, actually. Tetris is chess for gamers in the way that it's a game for intellectuals. I don't so much agree with that. But it's funny. Like, I do see where people are like, no, it's the thinking man's video game, right? But that it is eternal. I think it does have... It is, like, so foundational in the puzzle genre, and it is eternal in a way that a lot of other games aren't. That's a really good one. I like it. Yeah, Punk, yo, take it easy. Enjoy your dinner. Friends, I'm going to be calling it for now. Thank you for joining me here on Niche Fighter Monday. I appreciate y'all, as always, coming through. Remember, my friends, we have the Patreon. You want to help support us? If you want some ad block absolution, I mean, I give it to you. Don't worry. But you can also pay for it there. We you wanna buy yourself out of ad block hell, then you can get yourself absolution on the Patreon. But yo, come by the Discord. We got some cool people in there. We're hanging out all the time. And if you want to see more of what we do here, we got more shit on the YouTube as well. Yo, friends, thank you as always. Remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. Do something cool out there in 2026. Go make some art, go make some new friends, play a new fighting game. Yeah, have a great year, everyone. We will be seeing you all throughout it. And take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Adios.